This is the Barbican estate in central London. It was built in the 1970s with the intention of bringing housing into the city, and therefore many of the apartments here are quite small. Okay, so here we are in the Barbican and we are going to visit one of my clients. She needs some help because she wants to put a new sofa in the flat. Well, she wants a sofa, but there's just not enough space. As you know, a common problem in this building is that there's not enough storage, so you don't have space for your stuff, much less extra pieces of furniture. Okay, so now we're in the lift, we're going up to the flat. I'm so excited. Aha, okay. So we need to fit a two-seater sofa. And you can see there's quite a lot of stuff. And so we'll need to find a way to hide all of these things, right? To hide. We don't have to throw them away because all of these are precious keepsakes, beautiful items. In fact, this client, she has really tidied up her things. Like, she knows she knows where everything is, just there's simply not enough storage. It's not clutter, you know. Every single one of these things is valuable. It's like this beautiful printing press, and we just can't throw these things away. Like, clutter is only clutter when you don't want it. When it's nice, it's nice, it's precious. So we need to find a place and a home for them, and that's what we're going to do. So the first thing is we need to make storage. These two are unfortunately completely fixed, so we can't move them, and we want to put a sofa to make it comfortable, like nice and comfy right here. So we found a small sofa that will fit here, but there's not enough storage. Let me look around. There's not enough storage in this apartment. It's a small flat in the Barbican, as we know, and we need more storage. So my idea is to put some storage over here at the bottom and behind, all the way behind, and putting the sofa in front of it. Because a lot of these things you don't access. It's almost like a time capsule. You keep it forever. You keep it for remembrance. So we keep it at the back of the sofa. You don't have to access it all the time, and it keeps it out of the way, and it gives you a nice shelf to put your things. And more shelves will come. There's a small problem, but we are going to shift certain things up and down. But that will be in the plan. The entrance over here, and this is the door to the bedroom, and you have built-in kitchen cabinets. There's no space for a fridge, so she put the fridge right next to the kitchen over here, and then it came with two built-in units right there. And she had her own built-in units which she placed over here, just arbitrarily hung over there. Later we will regret it. And then there's a table over here, and she had one armchair at the time and some storage. However, don't forget, she's an artist, she does print work, and so there's lots of clutter. So when she called me, she wanted to put a sofa somehow. The idea was just to help me fit a sofa. So I came in and I was like, oh, you have no way to fit the sofa. No matter what we did, there was just no way to squeeze a sofa in there, especially with all the clutter. So the first things first is we need to try to deal with the clutter before even thinking of that sofa. So let's move all these things away. And I asked to put storage, but because this was fixed, there's no way to push it or do anything else about it, or even put the sofa there. So we came up with the brilliant idea of placing storage in between the units. So you have one over here, you have two over here, and the idea was to place the sofa in front of the units, where you put the less used clutter behind the sofa. So now we have all these things, we can get rid of all these, you can get rid of all the clutter because you have units to put all of them. So these are all gone, and then this one that was back there now goes over here. And so now the sofa has no limitation with size. You can just go freely over there, and the armchair can come over here. As a last little change, I'm going to rotate this dining table to a diamond shape to help with the flow a little bit more, and this is the after. So it's 1 week later, and during this time we had been to IKEA to try to find the perfect storage solution. We didn't take a video of us looking for it, but we did something else. Let's learn Feng Shui in IKEA. Avoid placing your bed in front of a window and avoid having aggressive shelves next to your bed while sleeping. If your bed is facing a toilet door, place a nice piece of heavy furniture to protect your bed from the toilet energy. When sleeping, avoid having a mirror in front of you because when you wake up, your reflection might startle you. Avoid open shelves, things might fall, and screens are good to reconfigure your room shape. When working, try to face the room and not a wall because you might get startled.
And avoid blinds but go for nice soft curtains instead. And here are the elements colors: red for fire, white for metal, yellow for earth, green and blues for wood, and dark blues and black for water. When sitting on the toilet, try not to face the door. People might barge in and scare you. And if you are not feeling well, maybe it's the open shelves behind you, avoid sharp bulbs but have soft shades instead. And pictures of food always whet the appetite. Plastic plants are only good for collecting dust, and prickly plants are not good, go for soft leafy ones instead. And with long roads, avoid the shachi, it might scare you. So now you know.
Hi! So now the units have come. So you can see all these beautiful units, all empty, waiting to take in all the clutter and all the belongings and the precious stuff. Is it exciting? So stay tuned for the next round where we will show you the rest of the transformation. Another week has passed and now everything is done as far as I'm told. The client has brought in the sofa, the actual sofa, put everything in place and put all her stuff inside the storage units. So I am so excited to see how it goes. So let's go and see it. Okay, so are you ready to see the after? Let's come into the flat. Look at that! Isn't it exciting? Look at all these things. So the clutter's all gone. What have we done? We have put this row of storage at the back of the sofa. So for things you don't really touch, it all goes in. You know, there's always the things that you don't use so much. And everything else we have got. If you remember, we had these two big soul cabinets that was impossible to move. So we put storage around them. So they look like they're floating in this way. We were quite lucky to find the right dimensions to make it look like almost a feature. So this opens up this nice console space. And there was a console over here. We shifted it to there. So now you have this TV area, sofa. Previously there was no sofa. And isn't it strange that with a sofa, it actually feels less cluttered because all the things are gone. And you have the table over here. And I think it worked really, really well. I hope this was a nice little exercise for us all, and I hope to do more flats in the future. So see you next time!